Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you are here, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. By taking this action, it will help me to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page on my YouTube platform so that you can have some understanding of who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I copy another person's title. I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. Thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Let's begin healing together. My platform is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my videos do not resonate with you, do not try to make them fit at all. Tarot is not a puzzle. If the story is yours, it'll be yours from the beginning to the end. If the message is not for you, immediately you will know. If the message isn't for you, I would definitely click off because it doesn't make sense for you to listen to something that you can't click with. Tarot is not a puzzle. You know, back in the day, when I was a kid, we would go into, let's just say, Toys R Us, right? And some kids, like myself, when I was a child, I love puzzles. I would look at the box because whatever the puzzle was going to be, the picture would be on the front of the box. I would pick out the puzzle according to the picture that I liked. When I got home, we would pour out all the pieces on the floor and you would try to make them fit. That's not what tarot is. You do not try to make any piece fit. If it's for you, it'll be for you from the beginning of the reading to the end of the reading. As my grandmother would say, from the rooter to the tutor. This is a general reading. It's not for any particular sign. However, if the message resonates with you, that means it may be for you. There is no timing on tarot. All readings are timeless. Not unless you're doing a one-to-one reading, and you will have some readers that will try to give you a time frame. But no reader can be absolutely exact on a time period. Can't be absolutely exact. For me, I will try to give a time period, but it won't be exact. For example, you know, in this business that I'm in, being a medium, being a psychic, in this business that I'm in, I always say to my husband, I wish I was more exact, right? I wish that I can hone in right there and give a specific time. But I always leave a little window open. Anytime I give a message, I leave a little window. However, from right there, Spirit has sent me a message letting me know I'm right there. And for people that this is hard to hear, because I do have watchers, meaning from my husband's family, from my family. So with that being said, a relative of his passed away. But I was able to tell him when that relative was going to pass away, how and why. Maybe about 6 months later, he passed away the way that I said, and how, the reason why he passed away. But I was able to give him a window. You know, my family, our root workers, and things that we see, we're not always able to tell a person because you can't alter what's supposed to happen. You can't alter it. So in my marriage, it's difficult sometimes because if I share information with him, he can't run out and share it. You got to let things happen the way they're meant to. It takes a long time to understand that you can't save the world. Some things are meant to happen the way they're supposed to happen. So I get to see a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that I'm able to speak on a lot of things because you can't alter what's supposed to happen. You know, a few of his family members, and I said how the cousin was going to pass, and all of a sudden people started calling my husband. They thought I was talking about my husband, that he was going to pass away. But he couldn't give anyone any comfort in knowing who it was going to be, although he knew. But I had to let him know, if I see something and if I say it to you, I'm preparing you, but I'm not preparing everyone else. So if we are as one, then I'm sharing with you, not for you to go share with the masses. You can't stop anything that's supposed to happen. So living in a house with a medium and a psychic isn't easy because you get to see different things. And I'm one of those people, I hear a lot. So if he's talking to me about his friend, a family member, or whomever, I could pick up on everything that's going on at that particular time in their lives. I'm able to pick it up. Do I want to be nosy? Not all the time. But it doesn't turn off for me. Sometimes I'll say, let's not talk about anybody today. Let me just have a moment, a peace. A lot of people say, oh, she's so quiet. It's not that I'm quiet. It's that I'm always watchful. I'm always observing. And I'm always able to pick up on your bullshit and your pettiness. So I just stay silent. That's for you. Because if I could really tell you how you felt, it would scare you a little bit. So I just choose to keep my distance from people. It's important for me. This is a general reading. If this reading is specifically for a male, I will say so. If this reading is specifically for a female, I will say so. However, there's no gender in tarot at all. Each and every one of us possess both masculine and also feminine energies. We all possess masculine and feminine energies. So there's no gender. But if it's specific and I feel like it's for a male, I will say so. If I feel like it's specific for a female, I will say so. However, if I don't say anything, then you have to let it be what it is. I did a live a few days ago, and I know some of you were here and you heard me. You know, we spoke about the art of prayer. We discussed it. I showed you as much as I could because, you know, as I was driving with my husband today, we spoke about my platforms, and I said, I just want to teach. I want to help people because a lot of people don't know this world is real. They watch movies, and my finger is pointed that way because my television is over there. So I speak with my hands a lot, so forgive me. I speak with my hands a lot. But people watch movies, and we spoke about how when people watch horror movies, right? A lot of people who don't understand the spiritual world, they'll say that the writer of that movie, he must have a warped mind, or she must have a warped mind. But things are real. Things are real. Negative energies are real. Demonic forces are real. Angelic forces are real. There's so much that goes on in this world that people can see, but they choose not to because they stay in the bubble. And who wants to live in the bubble? Not me. I want to move out and about. I want to be able to see as much as I can. So, with that being said, children are innocent. Children can see everything, hear everything, feel everything because they're innocent. Animals are innocent. Animals will let you know if there's a spirit in the home, good or bad. If you have an animal, a cat, a dog, a mouse, a rat, a hamster, a bird, they will let you know if something is in your home because they feel the presence. They can see the presence. You know, some people, if they see their dog barking at a certain corner in the house, they brush it off like, oh, my dog is crazy. Oh, my dog is always barking over there. No, you need to go over there because regardless if you have gifts or not, you should be able to feel the energy in your home, the shift. Have you ever been inside your house, right? And let's just say it's a beautiful spring day, right? You don't need your air conditioner on. You don't need your heater on. But so your house is like a nice calm temperature. But have you ever felt the shift? Because there's shifts in zones in your home, meaning you can walk to this room and this room has a nice pleasant feeling. You walk to that room and it's cold. I'm not saying that everybody has energies in their home that are other than you, but people do have energies in their homes. Even crossed over loved ones will come back to visit you. I don't care if you were adopted. You came from somewhere. And angels do reach out to you to let you know that they're there so you can feel the different shifts in the home. Sometimes you can even feel them. Not only that, negative energies, you can feel them in the home. Negative energies will latch on to you. Latch on. So be careful with your anger. Be careful with your sadness. Be careful with your anxiety, your depression, because negative forces can latch on to you. And if you are that deep into a depression, they can enter you. They can enter you. You know, they say the Geminis have two sides to them. They have multiple personalities, right? Now, not everyone in this world is a Gemini. Not every person in this world needs to be prescribed psychotics. Not everyone in this world is crazy. Sometimes people have other entities attached to them. So try to keep your vibrations high. Try to keep your spirits high, your energy high or balanced. right? Or balanced. But this is a general reading. This reading is not for any particular sign. Let's see. I hope everyone is doing well. Where I live, it was hot. It was muggy. We've had rain for a few days, and after the rain, it gets very muggy. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Immediately, I feel like this message, if it's not for you, someone around you, but I'm breathing in a toxin. Immediately as I started speaking, I'm a smoker. I know what my cigarettes taste like. But there's something going on with someone. Sometimes when people have pneumonia, right? Their phlegm is a taste. I can't describe it, but it's different from just regular phlegm. But there's something with someone's throat. Not that anyone's throat chakra is blocked or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. You know, because every time, right, you may hear someone say, oh, something going on with the throat, and they immediately equate it to their throat chakras being blocked. But that's not what this is. There's something going on with somebody's throat. So I can't even call this a cold because I can actually breathe in and I can feel the heaviness of breathing in and the taste of it. The taste. It's like I can't even, if somebody, not if someone was on a respirator, but this is not a respirator. This is not a respirator. But it's the difference of the phlegm. There's a breathing problem. So if it's not you, it's someone definitely associated with someone that's having difficulties with their breathing. You know, sometimes inhalers give you that nastiness, that taste from the inhaler itself, right? But this is a breathing problem. This is definitely someone. Let's just see what the reading says, because I can still taste it and I want that energy to even move away from me. So let's begin. I can't even shuffle my cards. I could still taste it. Spirit guys, what message do you have for the collective? Somebody has a breathing problem. I can taste the phlegm. What does that person need to know? There's something going on with someone that's watching or a family member that has a breathing problem. 3 cards. Little nauseous. So not only breathing, a little nauseous. Spirit says, this just in. Spirit says, detach from your fear, for there is nothing in this world worth fearing. Fear is the opposite of faith. Trust that everything will always go in your favor. So if this is someone that's watching that is ill, or someone that is close to you is ill, don't fear. You know, you shouldn't fear anything or anyone, any situation, because fear is the opposite of having faith. So regardless if you're religious or regardless if you're spiritual, if you have no faith, how can you expect for anything to be remedied? Trust that everything will always go in your favor. So we're speaking about someone's faith, right? Especially when someone is sick, right? even if it's you, you wish that you can make yourself better. You wish that you could get better. You wish you weren't in this situation, even if it was for a family member, someone close to you. You wish that you can do something to help. But what you can do is have faith. So even if you're the person that's going through this health crisis, or someone in your family is going through this health crisis, you have to keep the faith. And I know that's easier said than done, but you have to keep the faith. Because whatever life is going to be, is going to be. Right? You know, I'm so old school, so forgive me. I don't know new terms, and I try to learn different lingos and different sayings, but everybody tell me don't do it, you know? But I'm so old school, so forgive me if you don't understand what I'm saying. You know, I had a sister, right, that passed away, and she used to love, like, movies like Gone with the Wind. She used to watch television shows like My Three Sons. I don't know if you're familiar, but just old school things, right? We used to watch on Saturdays, right? A lot of cowboy movies came on. What is his name? Dean Clark. I can't remember his name, but you know, one of my sister's favorite singers was Patty Duke. You probably have no clue what I'm talking about or who I'm talking about. However, even though people have gifts, right? Even though here I am, a medium, a psychic, right? And I know you're going to be like, how the heck do you get to say that? Whatever is going to be is going to be. The future is not ours to see, right? Que sera, sera. That was one of my sister's favorite songs, right? And she used to sing that to me because even at a young age, I have always been able to see things, and a lot of things I didn't want to see. And my mom moved me around a lot, meaning to different family members who were root workers, right? To try to make me be comfortable with my gifts, not to be afraid, right? And a lot of things I just wish I didn't have to see, because it was never easy. Some things were never easy. Like when I was a kid, I saw my dad's death. I knew how old I was going to be when my dad died. Same thing with my mother, same thing with my sister, right? So being a medium, being a psychic, it never gets easy. It never gets easy, especially when you see things with people that you love. And then doing readings for people, you want to be a helpmate to help soothe as to what is transpiring in their lives. But no matter what the situation is, always keep the faith. Always have hope. Never let hope go. Never let faith go, no matter what. Is there times that people get disappointed? Absolutely. Are there things that can get in the way that make you feel like, what was the point of praying? What was the point of meditating? Yes, but don't break. Don't break. Absolutely do not break at all. You must keep the faith. No matter what the situation is, if you're sick, if someone else is sick, keep the faith. And I don't have enough time in these readings, right? And sometimes I hope to remember to explain different things. But healing, you can do it from within, right? And I know you're like, well, how does that work? You can see yourself being healthy. You can see yourself with no breathing conditions. You can see yourself healing, and you can start from your toe to your head, and you can imagine each part of your body feeling good. Like when you were a kid, right? We take childhood for granted. Most children, right, don't have any broken bones. They can run fast. They're just free spirited. Remember in your healthiest state what that felt like, and just remember those things and each part of you coming back together. It doesn't happen overnight, but you can imagine yourself from the inside being healthy. I eat a lot of junk food. Let me tell you, I am the biggest candy person. My mother had congestive heart failure. She had thyroidism that made her this big. I had a sister that had congestive heart failure, and she had a thyroid condition that made her this big, right? See, my thumb is the biggest. So hers made her large, obese. My mother made hers skinny, right? I got another sister with congestive heart failure. Here I am with nothing wrong with me. Nothing. Every now and then, if a spirit comes in, depending on the spirit, I may get a headache, I may get a little dizziness, but other than that, I'm good. I go to the doctor, I get blood work done, and I'm always good. And people always say, oh, you're lucky. One day something is going to catch up with you, right? And I say, the hell with you. Look at people trying to curse me. They're trying to curse me. But I do something on a regular to keep my mind right. I imagine my mind, my brain being healthy. I imagine my breasts with no breast cancer. I imagine my belly being healed, being good, right? And I want all my stomach acids to work, to break everything down that I swallow so it can come out the other way, if you get what I'm saying. So when people say to me, it's going to catch up with you one day, I say, the hell with you, because you don't even know what I'm doing. I am laying here in my bed and I'm healing my body from my toes to my feet. And the reason why I start at my feet, because you know when you are a newborn, they say keep the baby's head covered because heat escapes, right? So we always want to protect the head. That's where the soft spot is, right? So therefore, I start at my feet and I work my way up. And my daughter, come here, hand me this jar. My daughter, you know, she makes me this healing oil. So we cheat a little bit. You know what I mean? We cheat a little bit, but she makes me this oil when I get out the shower at night, or if I get out the tub. You know, this jar was full, but she makes me this oil and I rub it on my body. I don't rub it all over my body, but just in certain areas. If I feel a little tingle coming on, and I'll rub it in certain places. And let me tell you, I'm good. Even though I'm so old school, I like Super Bubba. You know, I like a little gobstopper here and there. I eat a lot of junk food, and people always say, one day you may get diabetes. Who, me? You cursing me again? Let me send that back to you, because not me. Not me. I always say somebody has to be left here to tell the story, if you know what I mean. So keep the faith. I have faith. I can't be broken and I won't break. So you have to not be broken. If someone is around you and you feel like, I wish that I can do something for them. I wish that I could heal them. I remember when I had my first child, My mother rushed to the hospital, and she said, when I was having my contraction, she said, I wish that I could take the pain for you. So there's someone that wishes that they can just take whatever it is that someone is experiences as far as health goes. And when my mother said, I wish that I could take the pain for you, I said, damn it, do it. Do it then. I meant it. Don't tell me you wish you could take the pain. Do it. So it's understandable if someone is ill around you that you wish you could make it all better. And I'm going to give you a little secret. A metal bowl, it must be metal, and fill it with warm water and leave about this much space from the top and put it in the center of the bed that they lay in. And water is energy. Everything is energy, but the water will help take away some of their pain. Put that under their bed. It has to be a metal bowl. Warm water. Don't fill it all the way up. Leave that much space. Stick it in the middle of the bed. I don't care if they lay on the left side or the right side. Put it in the middle of the bed and leave it there for a few days. Maybe 5 days. When you come back, you'll see a little discoloration of the water. That's if that illness is coming out of them. And if there's a little discoloration, take that water, pour it out, and do it again. If you don't see any discoloration the first time, leave it there for 7 days, right? But it should not go over 9 days. 9 days, whomever it is should tell you that they're feeling a little bit better. Check it in 5, go back in 7, 9 days, remove it. This just ends. Spirit says detach from your fear. Even if you're sick, put it under your own bed. Detach from your fear. For there is nothing in this world worth fearing. Fear is the opposite of faith. So fear nothing and always keep the faith. Trust that everything will always go in your favor. Breaking news. Spirit says the gift of fertility is upon you. Whatever you are wanting to or trying to birth into your reality, Spirit is here to tell you that the time to do it is now. You know, my daughter is sitting in front of me, right? But let me tell you, she went to my website and she paid for a reading from me. And I said, huh? Why would you do that? She was like, because I want your time. You know, I want you to give me a reading. And I'm not going to talk about her reading at all. However, your reality. You can speak about your reality anytime, but never speak about your vision. You know, I was here the other day and I spoke about your reality versus your vision. Spirit says the gift of fertility is upon you. Whatever you are wanting to or trying to birth into your reality, Spirit is here to tell you that the time to do it is now. You know, go time. Whatever you've been praying for, if you're religious, whatever you've been meditating on, Spirit is saying the time is right now. You know, whatever it is that you want to birth, whatever it is that you need, whatever this idea is or something that you really need, right? If a lot of people, right? If I can buy land, I'm going to look it up and do this. So buying land, keep it a secret. If you want to build a house, keep it a secret. If you want to buy a house, keep it a secret. If you want to get a new apartment, keep it a secret. If you want to buy a trailer, keep it a secret. If you want to buy a car, keep it a secret. Then have, you know, because voting time is among us, right? Then if you want to have an inauguration party, go ahead and make that public, right? Go on your dates in secret. So if you met someone and if you are dating someone, Spirit is saying keep that private. So even date in secret. If you want to propose to someone, ask someone to marry you, keep that a secret. Then get married in front of a crowd. Because getting married in front of a crowd, that's the day you're going to say, I do. And nothing or no one can stop you from saying, I do. But people will try to get in your way when you're engaged, try to break you up, split you up, harm you. But once you say, I do, who can stop you? You know? Let your enemies only see your reality. Let your enemies only see your reality only when you have the keys to the new car. Now let them see it. When you have the keys to the new house, now let them see it. No one needs to know any of your business. So let your enemies only see your reality, never your vision. Or you will have division in your life. People will smile in your face, pretend that they wish you well. You know this song, right? It's old school. Smiling faces tell the truth sometimes. And for me, it's all the time. So people will pretend to be happy for you. Pretend that they welcome your success. But they really wish that it was them having the success, or that it was them dating the person you're with, or how did she get so lucky to be able to marry him? How did he get so lucky to be able to marry her? Where did she get that money to buy that house? Where did he get that money to buy that new car? No one, not even family members, no one needs to know your vision. But when that vision becomes a reality, then you can show it. You know, I know how to play checkers and I know how to play chess. But am I the best at chess? Absolutely not. But in a game of chess, no one talks. Checkers, you talk shit back and forth across the board, right? So checkers is not as serious as chess. In the game of chess, no one talks. So you have to look at life like that. Stop talking so much. You know, don't talk at all. In chess, they act. They just move the pieces. And the only time a person talks, whether it's you or your opponent, is when they're saying, checkmate. Life is like chess. So don't broadcast your intentions to anyone. People talk about what they're praying about. Why? That's nobody's business. That's between you and whomever you pray to. So if you're religious, whether it's God, whether it's Buddha, whether it's Jehovah, whether it's Allah, and so on. And if you're spiritual, simple, the universe. Why does anybody need to know what you're praying about? Because while you're praying for your happiness, for the things that make you comfortable, other people are praying on your downfall. Everyone's vision is not going to be like your vision, so you don't need to share your vision with anyone. But absolutely share your reality. Because the reality is you have the keys for the house in your hand, the keys for the apartment, the keys for the trailer, the keys for the car. You have that new man or woman on your side, and you're headed to the altar. No one needs to know your business. Spirit says the gift of fertility is upon you. Whatever you are wanting or trying to birth into your reality, Spirit is here to tell you that the time to do it is now. But while you're doing it, keep it to yourself. because it's nobody's business. You know, I always say you have to be careful with how you talk, how you speak, right? I've always said this to my children, you know, especially when they got into little arguments and different spats, and they be like, I hate you. I'm like, do you really hate them? Because hate is a strong word. So you're telling me if you walk to the store and some kids jumped on your brother or your sister, you wouldn't jump in it? Yeah, I would help them so you don't hate them. So you got to be careful with your words. You know, I told this story. There was a man whose daughter was very ill. And he said, I would give my right arm if she would be okay. If she can come up out of this sickness, I would give my right arm for her to be healed. Guess what? The universe heard it. Guess what happened? He goes to work. He loses his arm in a freak accident. Guess what? His daughter is healed. You got to be careful what you say, how you say it, because words are thoughts. You thought about what you said, so thoughts do become things. So you have to be careful with what you say. Even speaking about yourself, be careful. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not prettier than her. You got to be careful what you say about yourself. I'm not smart enough. No, you got to be everything to you. Because if you're not everything to you, no one is going to see you other than the way you see yourself. So you have to be everything to you, everything. You have to be your peace. You have to be your love, your joy, your happiness. You have to have all of that before giving it to someone else or before someone can give it to you. Spirit says the gift of fertility is upon you. Whatever you are wanting or trying to birth into your reality, Spirit is here to tell you that the time to do it is now. So here's the reality. I gave you the keys. Use them and run with it. Use those keys, these tools. This just in. Spirit comes to remind you that resilience is in your blood. You have the power to overcome anything life may have to throw at you. If you're feeling defeated about any situation in your life, right now, Spirit says don't. You may bend, but you are without a doubt unbreakable. Did I say that? I told you. I can't be broken. I can't. I've been through too much in my life, and I know nothing but faith. I have nothing but faith. Now, people hate people that have faith, and they'll try to do anything to knock your spirits. They'll try to say anything to you to knock your spirits because they can't break you. So they'll do anything to try to break you. But Spirit is saying you are without a doubt unbreakable. So never let anybody try to crush your soul. Spirit comes to remind us that you, whoever I'm speaking to, are very resilient. It's in your blood. You have the power to overcome anything that life may throw at you. Even if you're the one that's ill or you know someone that's ill, they will overcome and you will overcome. If you're feeling defeated about any situation in your life right now, Spirit says don't. You know why? Because you must have faith. For you may bend, but you are without a doubt unbreakable. Can I bend? Yes, I can. From the left to the right to the front to the back. I can bend, but I can't be broken because I built myself like that. It doesn't matter how anyone in this world sees me. It's how I see myself. You may look at me and you may say, she ugly as hell. But I don't see myself like that. I see myself as beauty. As a matter of fact, when my daughter was pregnant, not that one, my oldest one, everybody kept saying, what do you want to be called as a grandmother? I said, it's not going to be grandma. It's not going to be nana. It's not going to be mama. It's not going to be any of those names that we used to call our grandparents. But I want my grandchild to call me beauty. I want to be beauty. So guess what? When he was in the womb, I used to rub my daughter's stomach, and I homeschool, so listen, I like the phonetic approach and not the whole language, but I would go, beauty. I would do that. I would say it to her tummy. When he came out, beauty. So if I get on the phone with him and I'm like, beauty, he starts laughing. And I'm like, beauty. When I see him, if I'm doing a video call, if I have him, I'm like, beauty. And you know what he says? Ma. Right? So my daughter is Ma. I'm mama. So it's whatever he's going to call me. But darn it, if I'm still not going to be pushing for him to call me beauty. That's what I want to be called. Beauty, right? Never let anybody take you from you. Never let anybody take you from who you are. When I was growing up, all the boys in my high school loved Holly Berry. Oh my goodness. Or they like Little Kim, right? Let me tell you, I felt like I looked better than both of them. I didn't care how anybody saw me. I never had low self-esteem. Okay. Elementary school, a little bit of middle school, I did have low self-esteem. But my mother, she was a single parent. She and my dad were married, but they were separated. And my mother was a school teacher, and she would say, don't get in trouble. I don't ever want to have to leave my job and have to come get you girls out of trouble because we were all girls. And she would say, so I'm the only one working. I'm the only one paying these bills. I got to keep a roof over our head. So we knew to go to school and act accordingly. We knew to go to school and do what we were supposed to do. Don't bring any extra problems home. But man, oh man, did I get picked on in school. Big nose, word is bond, they called me Big Nose. They said my nose looked like a pit bull, you know? Goodness, the guys said it, the girls say it, and I hated to be the one being picked on because when somebody starts talking to you now, everybody is looking at you. Everybody, right? Everybody is laughing. This went on for about a month in school. I wouldn't say a word. All I could do was hear my mom. Don't get in trouble. Don't do anything. So I went to my sisters. My oldest sister wasn't a fighter. She could fight, but she wouldn't fight. She was the good girl. My middle sister, she was the rebel. I'm like, yeah, these kids keep picking on me. I don't want to go to school today. She was like, can't nobody pick on you but me. Right? So I'm like, huh? She's like, yeah, who's picking on you? So I told her. She was like, I'm coming up to your school today. I said, okay. Anyway, this particular day, we weren't supposed to get dirty, not get our hair messed up, because we had a function to go to. My mom was coming straight home from work. We were already going to be dressed, and we were going to a function. So the outfit that I wore to school was because I was going to a function. But imagine being dressed up in school, middle school, right? You're the only one dressed up. Your friends got jeans, khakis on, whatever the case may be. Here I am dressed up because I'm going to a function. They said, this girl, her name was Florence. I'm not going to say her last name. She was like, look at her, the pit bull with a dress on. She said that. Know what I did? I stood up and I knocked the shit out of her. But I didn't stop. I whooped her from the rooter to the tutor. Then I was sent to the office. They told me my mother was on her way. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh boy, here comes my mom. I'm in the office. They're saying they had to suspend me. This is middle school. So my mom was like, I just want to know, why did you fight? I'm like, they said I'm ugly. I got a nose like a pit bull. She said, what? She said, that's why you fought? I said, yeah. So she took her hand and put it right here under my chin and lifted up. And she said, we don't bow down to anybody around here. She said, you look like me. She was like, you think I'm ugly? I'm like, no, mommy, you pretty. She said, we got the same nose. You think my nose look like a pit bull? I'm like, no. And she was like, so why did you put your hands on somebody? I said, because they said I'm ugly. She said, we don't do that over here. She said, how someone else sees you, it has nothing to do with you, but it's how you see yourself. So from middle school on up, I just knew I was the shit. Like, nobody could break me. Nobody could take me outside of who I was because I let someone get under my skin, that I put my hands on them. And guess what? That was the way they felt. It had nothing to do with me. You can't be broken, whoever I'm speaking to. So if you're feeling defeated about a situation, any situation, Spirit says don't. For you may bend, but you are without a doubt unbreakable. It doesn't matter how someone sees you, what they feel about you. It has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them. They are the people with those issues. You have none. Your only issue was standing there too long listening to what they had to say. At the bottom of the deck, in other news, at the bottom of the deck, there will soon be cause for celebration in your life. Spirit says, get ready to call up family and friends to propose a toast to you on your achievements. Celebrate. There will be cause for celebration in your life. Even if I'm speaking to someone who is not well, you're going to be celebrating good health. If you are worried about someone not feeling well, not being healthy, there will be cause to celebrate. They're going to get better. Spirit says, get ready, whatever you're going through, to call up family and friends to propose a toast on your achievements. And remember, we spoke about maybe that new house, that new car, that new apartment, that new trailer, purchasing some land, whatever your vision is. You'll be celebrating the reality of whatever it is that you desired. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you all nothing but love and light. Good night.